Good morning, I'm Sharad Kutan and welcome to BFM Morning Headlines. As the great American polymath once said, the only things certain in life are death and taxes, and those two things dominate our front pages this morning. So we'll start with the Edge Financial Daily, GST, time of reckoning. So this story really says, today we'll find out whether the government's going to bite the bullet on the GST, the goods and services tax, or not. And if it doesn't, how is it proposing to deal with the mounting debt that we have? And so that's the real issue. Is the GST the solution to the problem? Whatever it is, the problem remains and it's got to be solved. The other thing, of course, is Sinar Harian, interestingly enough, on its front pages, it carries a story about the Pakatan Rakyat's alternative budget. And this budget suggests that we don't need a GST to resolve our debt problems. What we do need is to get a handle on waste and mismanagement and corruption. And that way, we don't have to impose a goods and services tax, which some say will burden the middle class and the working class of the country. So there, if you want to read the alternative budget. What the other two newspapers do that have put the budget on its front pages, they talk about a wish list. So they have, in the new Straits Times, you have Great Expectations, their reference to that great novel from the 19th century, and the Star, less handouts, more incentives. Now, is there a distinction? Perhaps handouts would be putting money directly into your pockets. An incentive is a way of giving you more money, but you have to work for it. So that's the Star's ideological position there on its front pages. The other stories really on the front pages of the other dailies really have to do with death. We'll start with the unfortunate running amok of a young man. He took the lives of two people at an LRT station and injured two others. He was well known to some of the people that he injured, in fact. The papers are trying to make a connection between his involvement in a religious cult and the murders. So there you have Harian Metro, front pages, Amo Utusan Nabi, meaning he heard voices that he thought were the prophets or gods telling him to actually kill. And one of the survivors, a young woman called Suryani, said that as he stabbed her, he said, "This is my responsibility." It's very unfortunate. Also, the Utusan Malaysia, which I don't have with me at the moment, yesterday was taken to task for defamation. It's agreed to pay Syed Hussein Ali, who is now a senator. He was the leader of Pakatan Rakyat Malaysia and since 2000 joined Parti Keadilan. He was defamed. It was said in a report that he took $500,000 ringgit to disband his own party and join Pakatan. Now, Utusan's owning up to that, and they have agreed to pay some undisclosed amount. They're also making an apology, and that should make it to the papers anytime soon. The Sun carries on with the story about the Taman Melati murders, but also highlights what is the other important story, the TNB floodgates disaster up in Cameron Highlands. Questions are being asked whether TNB managed the floodgates issue well, whether people had enough warning, and there are disputes now. People are saying that nobody came door to door to tell them to evacuate. So we'll wait for the report to find out whose responsibility. That is the question of whose responsibility is front page on Berita Harian. It says Salah siapa, who's to blame. All right. And last, just a quick look at some of the how the Malay Mail covered yesterday's killings in Taman Melati. It's quite lots of graphics, and it gives you a picture of the man who was in fact caught by police and vigilantes, some of whom took it upon themselves to give him a beating. Very unfortunate. Also, not reflected on the front pages of today's newspapers was the Universal Periodic Review process that happened in Geneva last night. Many people watched it streamed live, and the country was taken to task and praised in equal measure, something to look out for in today's media. Consequences of. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Morning Headlines with BFM 89.9.